Welcome back, students. Today we are going to discuss a philosophical paradigm. Yes, we are going to discuss existentialism today. So let's quickly move to the contents. Here is the list of the contents I'm going to discuss with you guys. However, I have also selected a few quotations for you as well. Okay. First of all, we are going to discuss introduction, major tenets and features of existentialism, then major theorists and works of existentialism, and then I have a selection of my favorite famous existential quotes. So let's move to our discussion. Existentialism is a philosophy. It's a philosophical paradigm that emphasizes individuals' existence, freedom, and choice. As its name shows, that it studies the very phenomenon of human existence. It states about humans as rational enough to take decisions while living in an irrational world. So, on one hand, existentialism believes that human beings they have a rational mindset, while on the other hand, it also believes that the world we are living in is quite unpredictable and it's irrational. It focuses on the questions of human existence, admitting that there is no core of existence. Okay. Believing in no transcendental power, it suggests that in order to encounter the nothingness, means the only way to encounter this nothingness that lies in the core of human existence is by embracing the very phenomenon of existence. Existentialism believes that individuals are entirely free and must take personal responsibility for themselves. Existentialism is a philosophical paradigm just like rationalism, positivism, and empiricism. Like it's the part of rational philosophy as well. But most of the existential philosophers, it's an interesting fact that most of the existential philosophers refuse to be the part of any other philosophical paradigms. Well, existentialism in its very nature, it is very near to nihilism, means it shares some tenets, it shares some characteristics, some common characteristics with nihilism. As nihilism takes to an utter pessimism, means nihilism and existentialism apparently they are same, but nihilism takes us towards utter pessimism, that there is nothing in the core of existence, so there is no reason or rationale to work for imparting meaning in one's life. But existentialism is totally different from that. However, it knows, it is very informed that there is nothing in the core of existence, yet it believes that human beings can take responsibility of their lives and they can take their decisions. However, the consequences are there, but they are free to choose whatever they think best for themselves. Well, this is how existentialism differs from nihilism. But existentialism doesn't support nihilism. Yeah, existentialism doesn't support nihilistic paradigm or nihilistic notions. Existentialism believes in the free will of human beings and hence believes that they can assert their free will in the rational world to decide whatever they think is best for themselves. Well, here are some important representative philosophers of existentialism. But before discussing these theorists or philosophers, I just like to add a little bit more. Existentialism believes that human beings have to take the life as a challenge and to bring meaning to their lives on their own. Some of the important existential philosophers are Soren Kierkegaard, Friedrich Nietzsche, Albert Camus, and Jean-Paul Sartre. Some of them people, or somewhere we can also pronounce this very name as Jean-Paul Sartre. Well, all of them have their own stances towards existentialism, except Kierkegaard, who is a German philosopher, because he tries to relate the existential search for truth with divinity and transcendental realities. So his stance is a bit religious. It takes a very religious form in the later half of his criticism or his philosophical ideas. Almost all the rest of existential philosophers are atheists. Camus' myth of Sisyphus is the primary work for understanding the notions of existentialism. Well, here are some important works of existentialism. I have just collected only few of the famous ones. There are a lot of others as well. Some famous ones are Sartre's Being and Nothingness, No Exit, and Nausea. Then Camus' The Stranger and Myth of Sisyphus are considered the primary works or representative works of existentialism. Then Simone de Beauvoir's The Ethics of Ambiguity is another important work in terms of the explanation of the very idea of existentialism. There are many other theoretical and literary works of existentialism, and there are many writers, dramatists, and poets who fall into the category of existential literary figures. Hemingway is one of them. Hemingway is also known as a representative existential writer from American literary paradigm. Anyhow, all those writers who belong to the modernist age, and particularly those writers who had just witnessed the world wars, we can find the very aspects of existentialism in their works. Here is the list of some famous existential quotes. There are a lot of others as well, but these are my favorite ones. First one is by Jean-Paul Sartre or Jean-Paul Sartre. I'd come to realize that all our troubles spring from our failures to use plain, clear-cut language. The second one is, seeking what is true is not seeking what is desirable, by Albert Camus. I took a test in existentialism. I left all the answers blank and got 100, a very witty explanation of existentialism by Woody Allen. Then again by Camus, there is scarcely any passion without struggle. Then by Nietzsche, one repays a teacher badly if one always remains nothing but a pupil. Life has no meaning a priori. It is up to you to give it a meaning, and value is nothing but meaning that you choose. Sartre, again, you have the credibility to impart meaning into your life according to your own rational vision and possibilities. The literal meaning of life is whatever you are doing that prevents you from killing yourself. Albert Camus. Man is nothing else but what he makes of himself. Jean-Paul Sartre. From the very beginning, existentialism defines itself as a philosophy of ambiguity. This is said by Simone de Beauvoir in her book, The Ethics of Ambiguity. The crucial thing is to find a truth, which is truth for me, to find the idea for which I am willing to live and die. This is the existential perspective of Soren Kierkegaard. Man is condemned to be free because once thrown into the world, he is responsible for everything he does. Obviously, well, this is said by the author. I am, I exist, I think, therefore I am. I am because I think. Why do I think? I don't want to think anymore. I am because I think that I don't want to be. I think that I don't want to be. I think that because this is a quotation, and this is showing the very confusion of human existence, the confusion of a person who is thinking about the purpose of one's life or the meanings of life. And this quotation is taken from Sartre's book Nausea. I rebel, therefore I exist. This is again a very short and beautiful explanation of existentialism, and this is said by Camus. So this is all about our today's discussion. Thank you so much. See you in the next video with some new topic. Allah Hafiz.